Okay, but like, I freaking hate that phrase, okay? Like, I'm sorry, like, mid mental sentence and like didn't fully form. I'm tired. uh, but basically, I was thinking about like, this phrase that like so many people say, and like it's supposed to be like a sweet, comforting thing, but it's not. It's beyond annoying. It's don't worry your pretty little head about it. And I'm just like, no. You know who's not gonna worry your pretty little head about? She's not gonna worry about your tiny fucking little dick because you're being a fucking asshole. Like, the fuck? Like, are you fucking serious, man? Like, don't worry your pretty little head about it? Like, are you insinuating that you think that she can't handle what you're about to tell her? Or she can't handle the situation? Because how is she supposed to handle the situation if you won't tell her the whole situation? Because you don't want her to worry her pretty little head about it? And then how are you guys supposed to build a substantial, trusting relationship if you don't want her to worry her pretty little head about it? Okay, do you know how sexist that sounds? Pretty little head? Like, sounds like if you were telling a guy something and then he was like, can you like explain more to me? Like, I want to be able to help you. And the lady was just kind of like, oh, don't worry your tiny little head about it. It's fine. You're fine. Like, he would obviously get offended and like take offense and be like, what the fuck? Like, why can't you tell me? Like, this obviously means that you don't trust me. But then when a guy says it to a girl, she takes it as like a compliment and being like, oh my god, he's like concerned about me. Like, no, it shows exactly the same thing. He doesn't trust you and he doesn't truly value your relationship as equals if he doesn't want you to worry your pretty little head about things. Like, especially if the situation is serious. Like, what if it's something like incredibly serious and like she needs to know about it, but you don't want her to worry her, so you tell her, don't worry your pretty little head about it? Like, I'm sorry, like, that's whoever is getting help, I hope you get help soon. Okay, anyways, but sorry, the sirens. When I was little, I used to like pray that like when I still was trying to believe in God when I was little, like I used to pray like, oh my god, like God please help them, and like I prayed that they like survive. Whenever I would hear sirens or see they're not called EMTs. Maybe they are. Like the ambulances or like the fire truck or a police car, like I'd be like, pray that they end up safely, blah blah blah. And it's kind of continuing on, even though I'm like an atheist, like I'm still kind of like, I hope they get to wherever they need to be and they help the people that they need to help when the person survives, or like, yeah. So like I always still wish them well, even though I don't pray for them anymore. Like, you know. But anyways, back on the topic. Like, it just really annoys me how like much that phrase just grates on my nerves, because it just shows how sexist it is. Like, it just, to me, it's just like if a guy ever told that to me, I would fucking like, even if a girl told that to me, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, don't worry my pretty little head about it. Like, okay, don't you worry your pretty little dick about it, because you're out of my fucking face right now. Goodbye. Like, oh my god, like, it's just really annoying. Like, I can't think of anything else to say other than it's annoying and like sexist, and like, what the fuck is wrong with you if you think that's okay to tell somebody? You know what I mean? Also, excuse the blur. Like, I don't know why I just went out of focus. Like, that's fine, whatever. Also, with my hair down after like it was wet and dried naturally, I look like a fucking lion. Do you see this shit? Yeah, sorry, this video is like really short. But like, yeah, I don't know, I'm just like really annoyed about that. And it's like midnight and I'm still up reading. I keep telling myself, be responsible, put the book down, but I'm like, I can't stop reading, and like, yeah. And this book I'm currently reading is pretty good. It's literally the most cliche storyline I've ever read in my fucking life. But it's adorable and it's an easy read. And even though I'm like half asleep, slash, well, my body is like tired, but like my mind is too like active to like fall asleep. So I'm just gonna read. And but like in reading, like I can't, like my body isn't awake enough to like actually read into something that's like a good book, you know? So typically when I'm like this, I go back to old favorites where I already know the story, so it's not that imperative that I like pay attention to the storyline. Or I read stupid kind of waste of time entertainment cliche books like this because like they're like the storyline is so cliche that like I don't need to pay attention to it, and it's just, if it's well written, it's well written and it's a nice comforting read, and it's like sweet and adorable, so like it's fine even though it's like really cliche and boring, but at the same time it's kind of like sweet comfort. It's kind of the reason why I like rereading books too, because it's kind of like talking to an old friend or like getting a hug from somebody you know. Like it's just comforting. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like it's just comforting. Like it's just familiarity that's comforting, and like just, I don't know how else to explain it. But like yeah, it's kind of stupid, but like it's how I think. I like love books so much. It's kind of an addiction. But yeah, this book that I'm reading is pretty good. It's like really cute and cliche. And the only problem I had it was this one line where he was like, "Don't worry your pretty little head about it," and then my feminist side was like, excuse me. And I was like, well, I mean, I guess I could pause reading to rant. Even though I've like made like 50 fucking videos today. Like Jesus Christ, like I've made way too many videos today. Like what? Yeah. Also, I didn't mention this in the last video because like I was just too distracted. But I'm in the middle room because my room is a mess right now because this past week has been like really like hectic for me. Like I've just kind of been like thinking a lot, and when I'm thinking a lot, like I get like distracted and don't pay attention to my surroundings. And when I don't pay attention to my like surroundings, and I get too like, sometimes I get too lost in like my thinking, and like I don't pay attention to like my outside environment, and sometimes I get too caught up in like my own mind, and so like because of that, like I got really distracted and like wasn't taking care of my room, so my room's really messy right now. But because I don't feel like going on a cleaning escapade, because like I think I've talked about this before, but like I have this like OCD like mood that I get when my room is not clean, or like not to a certain level of cleanliness that I can tolerate, and then I get like in OCD obsessive mode and like need to clean my room, and I feel that urge coming on, but I'm gonna wait till tomorrow because it's really late at night and I don't want to clean all night long. So trying to look after myself. So I'm sleeping on the floor in the middle room because like I don't want to sleep on the couch, just because like the couch is not very comfortable and like there's not enough space for me to like spread out, because I like when I sleep I'm like bald eagle. I don't know why I said bald ego. It was supposed to be eagle, but like I just like spread out and like I'm like just starfish. Like I need room to like move around and like get comfortable, you know? Plus like her couch is like really old, so it's kind of like lumpy in some places, and like you can sometimes feel the springs, which is not like it's kind of uncomfortable when you're kind of like, what? Like don't like this. So prefer the floor. I know it's really weird. I actually like really love sleeping or like laying down on the floor. Like it's so comfortable. Like I don't know what it is, but just like floors, like carpeted flooring, so beyond comfortable. Like, I could fall asleep on the floor all day, every day. Like, if it's carpeted, 100% going to fall asleep on it at some point. Like, for sure. Like, it's been a thing ever since I was little. Like, two things that are weird about me, like, well, two things about my, like, sleep habit that are weird about me, but, like, I literally could fall asleep in a car if I take my shoes off in literally 0.2 seconds, and I can literally fall asleep on the floor if I'm in comfortable clothing and I have some form of a pillow and a few blankets and I'm comfortable, and I can fall asleep like that. Like, I can't snap because, like, I don't know how to snap because, like, that's another flaw about me. Love life. But, like, I just, like, love sleeping on the floor. Like, it's so bizarre, but it's, like, I literally, legitimately, like, if I moved into an apartment and, like, couldn't afford a bed, I would be totally fine as long as I had carpet somewhere and I could, like, literally fall asleep on the floor. I'm not even kidding. Like, probably would sleep on the floor without a bed for a substantial amount of time if it meant that I could save money, because that's A, how frugal I am, B, how weird I am that I can sleep on the floor and prefer it over being in a bed, and C, you know what? Oh my god, dude. Literally, when I move out of here and, like, move into my own place, I might not even buy a bed. I'm not even legitimately lying right now. Like, if I move into a place and I'm, like, renting out a place and it doesn't already, like, have a bed, like, already in there, like, if it's an apartment or if it's, like, a condo or if it's, like, a rental house, like, I don't care. Like, if it doesn't already have a bed in there, I'm not gonna buy a bed. Especially if there's carpet, like, I'm not even gonna buy a bed. I'm just, like, gonna sleep on the floor because it's comfortable and, like, it's just nice. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just nice. It just feels great on me. Like, I just love sleeping on the floor. It's so weird. I know. We've been over this. I also love sleeping in cars. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do ever. Like, especially on road trips. Like, I just love slipping my shoes off and, like, falling asleep in the car. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like, oh my god, it's so great. Like, I always get my best sleep when I'm on the like, when I fall asleep on the floor, I get my best sleep ever. And I also get my best sleep ever when I fall asleep in a car. I'm not even joking right now. Like, this is so weird. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, what is legitimately wrong with me? Like, questioning it. But yeah, I just couldn't sleep in my room because, like, I knew I would stay up all night, either being stressed out over not cleaning my room or stayed up all night obsessively cleaning my room. So, yeah. And I knew if I slept in the living room, I would find something off about the living room and want to clean the living room, and, like, it would just be a huge mess. Because the living room isn't necessarily dirty, it's just, like, there is some clutter in the living room, and, like, the dining table always has a bunch of shit on it, and, like, there are boxes in the living room right now, and, like, I knew that I was just going to not be able to handle it and freaking lose it and, like, have to clean, and, like, I didn't want to do that and spend my whole night cleaning, because I've done that before. It's not good, because I literally pass out of exhaustion the minute I'm done cleaning, and, like, it's so bad, and, like, just not okay. So I decided not to put myself through that stress / exhaustion, and slept in one of the few clean houses, like, clean rooms in the house right now. Well, I mean, our house isn't, like, dirty, it's just, like, cluttered, you know? And in my obsessive cleaning mood right now, like, anything that's cluttered is dirty and disgusting, and I need to clean it, otherwise I will lose my mind. So, in order not to stress about it and not to lose my mind over it, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to go into those rooms, okay? Like, until I wake up tomorrow and I'm up and about tomorrow in the daylight where it's okay for me to be up and about, I am not cleaning. I'm not cleaning. I'm putting boundaries. I'm not cleaning tonight. No, siree, we're not cleaning. Nope, we're not cleaning. Nope. Not wifey material tonight, sweetie. We're going to be wifey material tomorrow. Hasta mañana, because, like, can't do that. Like, nope, we're not cleaning. I'm okay. I'm fine. Like, whatever, we're fine. But yeah, basically, so I'm in here to, like, control myself. Yeah. There's also another reason that I'm sleeping in here, and it's kind of stupid, and like I kind of hate myself for sleeping in here for that reason. But my uncle's going to be moving into the middle room when he moves in with my grandma and I, and so like this middle room has kind of like had some like sentimental value to me a little bit recently, because like he's moving in, and like it's really important to me that he's moving in. I'm like really happy that he's moving in, and I don't know, like this room is kind of like symbolized like hope for me, kind of. And like today was just like a whirlwind of emotions, and like I just wanted some source of comfort today, like in person, because like I called my best friends earlier today and they really comforted me, but obviously like I wasn't with them in person, and like it's not the same. And like sure, I'm here with my grandma, but like she can't even begin to comprehend anything that's going on, and like doesn't even like accept her own like dementia, which I don't blame her for. Like I would probably be just as terrified and in denial as she is if I had dementia. So, but the fact is I can't confide in her about any of this, and it's like really hard for me to deal with it on my own. And like I don't want to like put unwarranted stress on my mom either, because like she doesn't need it either, and my dad is a big reason why I'm feeling this way, so like I can't talk to him either. My uncle is low-key kind of annoyed with me today because like he called earlier, and oh no, actually I called him because like after I made that like revelation about my dad and like how fed up I was, and like debating whether I want to keep like silent or just flat out tell him, like I started like having a meltdown, like full on crying, and like just wasn't able to handle it. And so I like called my uncle hoping that he would be able to help and like maybe give me some advice too, because like he's one of the few people that knows my dad a lot more than anybody else does, because he's his twin brother. And I called him and he answered pretty quickly, and I was surprised, and I was like, hi. And I was like trying to like hold in my sniffles so that I wouldn't like let him know that I was crying immediately, you know? Wanted to like ease him into my meltdown. And then he was like, hey, I'm cooking right now, like what are you doing? And like totally natural and normal, and I just felt bad, and I was like, oh, I'm good. And I was like trying to like hide the fact that I was having a meltdown. And then he was like, yeah, I'm cooking right now, I'm gonna head over there in a few hours. And then I was like, oh, my grandma and I already ate, because like she heated up leftovers, which I honestly didn't even eat, because like, I mean, I tried to eat, but like I just wasn't very hungry, so I just kind of like picked at it and like didn't fully eat all the food, and then just left like the leftovers and packed them up and put them in the fridge again. Yeah. And then but like when I called him and told him we already had dinner, like he seemed really disappointed and upset, and I was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, yeah, no, it's fine. And he's like, I'm just gonna continue making dinner, and like I'll come over tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I guess, since you don't need me today. And I was like, okay. And I felt bad because like he was like clearly like expecting to come over, but like I kind of like inadvertently like brushed him off and like made it seem like I didn't want him or need him. And I felt really bad because like that phone call was because I needed him, but then I hurt his feelings with the whole food thing, and then I was like all awkward about it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And then I was like still trying to hide my meltdown and being like, okay, bye, I love you. And then right afterwards, like I was like about to like I knew that like I was about to either like go into a major depressed mood, or like and isolate myself and like become like really like suicidal or something, and like it just wouldn't have been good. So I was like, I need to do something to distract myself. Like, I need to talk to somebody or I need to do something. And so I called the next best person that I knew who I could depend on, which was one of my best friends. And then it turned out that both of my best friends were there. And so I talked to both of them on the phone. And, like, it was just such a great conversation. And, like, I loved, like, their help. And, like, it was really good for me. But anyways, like, after that chaotic, like, moment, like, I just, like, needed some kind of comfort in person, because, like, even though my phone call with my best friends was, like, great, like, it wasn't in person, and, like, it really helped in the moment, but it wasn't, like, a permanent solution. And I feel like a permanent solution, like, was, like, physical comfort, but obviously, like, I can't have that right now. And the closest thing that I have towards that is sleeping in a place that, like, holds, like, some form of, like, physical, like, meaning and comfort to me. And that to me right now is this room. And so I'm sleeping in this room tonight because A, I really like sleeping on the floor for some reason because I'm a fucking weirdo. B, I need to control my OCD urges. And then C, it's representing my future relationship with my uncle, and, like, the future help and, like, hope that he's bringing to me and my grandma, and just, like, in general, like, just, I don't know. So I'm sleeping in this room tonight because I really need to sleep in this room tonight because it's keeping me together. And I think something as simple as a room would hold so much meaning, or, like, keep me together while I'm, like, literally losing it. I mean, by tomorrow morning, I'll probably have my shit together and, like, be able to, like, cope with things more, and, like, I can probably clean and, like, be okay. But, like, right now, I need this room. So, yeah. But, sorry. Again, sorry for, like, all of the videos and, like, talking for, like, an undisclosed amount of time, and, like, just talking way too much. Like, I'm such a blabbermouth today. I'm so sorry. I just, like, these videos are, like, helping me work through things better, and, like, I just need to talk, you know? So I'm sorry if, like, I'm being extremely excessive. I know I am, and I know these videos are way too long, way too excessive, and, like, way too much and surplus, and you're just kind of like, would you fucking stop already, you dumbass? Like, you need to shut up. And I'm like, I know I need to shut up, but, like, I can't. And these videos are more for me, anyways, just to, like, work through my problems. So, like, I'm sorry if they're annoying. You can, like, ignore them and not watch them. Just, like, I just need them, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, goodbye. Or good night, I guess I should say. Even though it's, like, literally 11:52. Good job on the not staying up all night. That clearly was a lie. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm so stupid. Anyways, it's fine. I'm just gonna try and go to sleep / continue reading my cliche book. Goodbye.